Hello everyone, and thank you for joining me here today for another Halo Insider development update. In this update, we're going to be talking about new developments for Halo the Master Chief Collection, what's going to be flighted next, an update on known issues that the community has been wanting more information on. So stick around. 2020 is going to be quite a busy year for Halo. At the end of the year, we're going to have Halo Infinite. But before then, we're going to be taking on the MCC development updates for Halo Reach, Halo Combat Evolved Anniversary, Halo 2, Halo 3, and Halo 4. And at some point, we expect to get news on flighting programs for Halo Infinite. But right now, the newest development update is up on 343's HaloWaypoint.com. So if you guys are interested, I highly recommend you go ahead and check out the article. I will put the link in the description down below, as I'm only pulling what I feel are the most important parts out of the article. Now, with that being said, let's go ahead and take a look. The first update for Halo the Master Chief Collection states, at 343 Industries, we value the inclusion of anyone who wants to participate and play in the games that we love building. With this value being a pillar of Xbox and Xbox Game Studios, the core of our next update includes improvements to the MCC focused primarily on improving its accessibility. These changes may not be something that directly impact you, as you may not use these features, but for those who want to enjoy the world of Halo, many for the first time, these are the ones that will change their world. 343 is helping to lead a charge in these efforts, and we hope that our fans support us in making Halo more accessible. We are continuing to make improvements to other areas of MCC and are making strong headway on several known issues across MCC. Some of these changes are the ones that we will be flighting on our next PC flights, while others have slightly lower lead time, and we will be able to speak to them a little bit later on. We know that players are very eager to get some updates and improvements in key areas, and we are too. But a lot of these areas are fairly complex and just take time to work through. The article moves on, saying that the team is currently working towards having the first Halo CE PC flight to Rings 1 and 2 by the end of this month, with the goal of expanding to Ring 3 in February. These rings are different levels of external groups that they work with to help validate builds and are wanting to flight and continue to help isolate critical issues prior to expanding to a larger scale of flighting. The content planned for this flight will include both Halo Combat Evolved and Halo Reach on PC. With the addition of Halo Combat Evolved Anniversary coming to PC in the near future, we will be validating our intelligence systems on PC, as both games will be the same packaged build. This will allow you to choose which titles and which parts of each that you want to install and play to help personally scope your install size and include the content that you want to play with. The second part of the flight is to get improvements and updates they have made to Halo Reach in your hands for feedback. An example of one change that will be included is that there is a new crouch behavior that has been added, which allows players to crouch while moving. This change is supported for both mouse and keyboard and gamepad players, and is a change that they're excited to roll out as it's generated a lot of community feedback. Halo Combat Evolved Anniversary PC flight content. For this title, we're looking to flight and gather feedback on a wider range of content prior to its launch this year. These areas are focused on the following gameplay elements, which will include validating dedicated servers, peer-to-peer connections, cross-play between Steam and the Windows version, new UI for customization in Halo Combat Evolved, and the next season progression for both Halo Combat Evolved, which are the core pieces of content that they are aiming to validate and receive feedback on. Single-player and cooperative campaign, multiplayer, customization, and progression. Like our last flight for Halo Reach, we are flighting multiple areas of limited content to participants of the flighting program for Halo Combat Evolved. If you are interested in flighting Halo Combat Evolved content on PC, please make sure your Halo Insider profile is up to date with a verified email, that you are opted in for contact and you have opted in for PC flighting, and have your latest DIAXAG upload to your profile. Now moving on to known issues and feedback. Since the December development update, many have inquired regarding updates on the known issues lists PC and Xbox across all channels. Please make sure to read through them for information on what we're actively working on for future patches and as detailed above in the next flight. If you're looking for dates on other known issues at this time, the team is making significant progress on several of them, but I don't have any optics yet, as many pieces are being targeted for accessibility-focused patch until that is completed. As well, fixes of this nature will request time to incorporate into design, develop, and work towards getting into the game. As we work closer to resolving flighting, these gameplay elements that require updates to the game, we will also share more details around them. For those that are reading the above thinking, why is it taking so long for a simple fix? I would gently like to remind people that game development takes time, whether it's a new or old game. There is no cut and paste and bring in request features to the MCC. The game themselves has been significantly rebuilt to coexist and run one of the most complex multi-game suits in the history of gaming. We understand the desires of players wanting to know, but we are working on known issues both on PC and Xbox One. As discussed in the December update, we will provide updates as we approach the resolutions to them, and thank you for your continued patience. In lieu of new features joining the MCC, we have been actively considering player feedback and making changes to the multiplayer's options in MCC. So it's nice to see that they're going to be working on a few things still in Halo Reach on PC that people have been complaining about, like the new crouch behavior, where previously when you were crouched, you were just unable to move. I am looking forward to also seeing what they do with the progression system. As I've talked about it in quite a few videos, the progression system, in my honest opinion, is too much of a grind and it takes entirely way too long, which has caused people to do the XP boosting where they're not playing and just collecting XP for completing each match. I'm also excited to see what changes they can bring to Halo Combat Evolved's multiplayer. As I've stated before in previous videos as well, the multiplayer for Halo Combat Evolved is by far the weakest aspect of the Master Chief Collection on Xbox One, so I'm going to be interested to see what they do with it on the PC, if they address any of the problems previously that I've stated. If you haven't checked that video out, go ahead and take a look. I will put a link to it at the end of this video. Now, when it comes to them flighting Halo Infinite, which they said that they are going to do, I see two separate possibilities. One, they're not going to do any flighting until after E3, which there I assume they're going to show a campaign and maybe a multiplayer trailer. Maybe the attendees at E3 will be able to get their hands on it and play it. And then you would expect that the flighting would then happen either later that month or maybe the possible next month. Or with their Inside Xbox episode that's going to happen in the spring, which is either going to be in February or March, that they're going to show something there with Halo Infinite and then start the flighting afterwards. I really don't see them doing any type of public flighting or public testing before they at least put out a trailer showing off what the game is. Regardless, though, I do expect the flighting for Halos to overlap with each other, because again, they're going to be flighting Halo 1, Halo 2, Halo 3, Halo 4 on PC, and those I'm sure are probably going to be a few months apart, and as long as that continues into the holiday season, they're definitely going to overlap when it comes to flighting with Halo Infinite. But don't forget, in order to be part of the conversation and have your voice heard, hit that subscribe button and leave a comment in the section down below. If you guys would like to support the channel, the links are in the description for that, as well as my social media and Discord, all of which are free to follow and join. If you guys found any informative value to this video, please go ahead and give it a thumbs up, as it does help out the video. And if you're new around here, check out some of my previous videos. I upload content weekly. But until next time, everyone, thank you all for joining me here today, and I will see all of you in the next video.